guys, this is the first in a series of 5 videos that I'm doing on the fundamentals of martial arts, which is meant for either beginners or people who have never done martial arts ever before. The first one is on the most important thing in your practical martial arts, which is your stance work and your positioning. So we're going to look at the differences between different martial arts stances, or just a few examples, and also the difference between the inside and the outside line. In the next video we're going to be looking at the basics of striking, then we're going to be going through 5 indisputable facts about the martial arts world. We've got the basics of kicking straight after that, and then the basics of defense in the 5th and final video in the series.
So what you can see here is a generic fighting stance, and we'll go through the details in just a second. But my weight is distributed 50-50 on the front foot and the back foot. If we look at that a little closer, you'll see that I've got the heel of the back foot off the floor. It's putting quite a lot of tension on the left calf because I'm in the right lead at the moment. The right foot is pointing towards my opponent, slightly off centre. Looking at the handwork, I've got my left hand in front of my face acting as my shield. My sword would be the right hand, which is out front, threatening to attack my opponent at any time. If we were to look at an alternative stance, here is a stereotypical, quite extreme version of the Muay Thai stance. If we look at the footwork, it's my back foot which has most of the weight, and it's on the flat with the heel of the front foot off the floor. If we look at the handwork, my hands are both in fists and I've got them quite far out. This is because it's primarily a striking style. I'm trying to threaten my opponent. Something that might be quite familiar to some of you is the traditional style of fighting stances. Now there's 101 different variations, but here is a generic fighting stance with quite a wide base, not exactly mobile. The hand out front is acting as the defense, with the hand at the back ready to deliver an extremely powerful kill shot. And then we have the more conventional boxing style guard, which is very simple, feet quite light and the hands up in front of the face to protect. And that was just 4 examples of different fighting stances that you're going to find in martial arts, but of course there's hundreds more.
So another thing that you have to remember if you're ever talking about stance work and positioning, a really basic part of martial arts is knowing the difference between the inside and the outside line. So Andrew's going to do a starfish for me really quickly. Basically everything on this is the inside line. If he puts his hands together or closer together, now the inside line is a lot harder to get through to. So the inside gate is smaller, and the outside gate, which is everything behind him along this line, that's a lot easier to get a hold of. If I'm in a fighting stance and he's in a fighting stance, if I want to get the outside line, I've got to close into this side, and there's everything on the outside. But if I want the inside, I need to open up here and here to get anything useful. As a result, all of the really valuable stuff in a fight, the nose, the chin, the throat, the solar plexus, the groin, all of these are on the inside line. And that's why it's more valuable for me to be there, but it's harder for me to be there because it's easier to protect. All he has to do is cage himself in, and it's harder for me to use it. Whenever you hear somebody talking about slipping to the outside line, if he throws that jab, I can slip to the outside. If he throws the same jab, I can slip to the inside line, and that's the difference between inside and outside if you ever hear somebody talking about it.